Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of session 8. In this session, we'll see how to install FreeCAD in our system. And like I told you in the previous video, I'll be showing only on Windows and it is not possible to show the installation on Mac and Linux. So you'll have to refer to external sources. So what I'll be doing is I'll be showing you the source from which you can download. So this is the website, official website of FreeCAD. It is called freecadweb.org, right? So I just typed for you. This is the website freecadweb.org. So you can go to this site and you can download the FreeCAD, right? So when you go here, it says download now. You can choose that option and you can choose your version, Windows, Mac, and Linux, right? So it says here that Windows 7 is the minimum supported version. So if you are using something which is below Windows 7 like Windows XP or Windows Vista, it doesn't work. And then for Mac, it is Mac OS X 10.11, that is El Capitan, that is the minimum supported version. If you have something before that, like Snow Leopard or whatever, Mountain Lion, it doesn't work. And then for Linux, in Linux basically there are many versions. So depending on your version, you'll have to see in the wiki page, right? So for specific distributions, there are specific versions. So what you can do is you can download the 60-bit, 64-bit version. I've already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. So what I'll simply do is I'll run the setup file. So this is the setup file that I downloaded, so I'm not going to do it again. So when I run the setup file, I get this pop-up, and we just have to choose the default options. So one thing guys, FreeCAD is completely free software. So you don't have to really worry about how to using this without license or whatever. There is no license required. It comes with a free license. So just choose all the default options, right? Like choose the default folder, and if you're an advanced user, I would suggest you can make changes. But if you really want to just go with, just choose the default options. I don't want an icon on desktop, so I'm just removing it, right? So you can choose all the other options, and the FreeCAD will install on your system. So let me pause the video until this installs, so that you don't have to wait for really maybe like 2 or 3 minutes just to see this install. Let me just pause the video at this point. I will resume back once it is installed. So guys, the installation is done. It took around 2 minutes. So depending on your system configuration and your RAM, it might vary for you in individual cases. So whatever it is, let me just click on the finish option. But it also asks you one more option whether you want to launch it. This is like a typical message that you get in most software. So I just want to close it first. So I click on finish, and now let me just open FreeCAD from my Windows search. So let us see what this is. So this is the interface of FreeCAD, guys. So you can see a lot of options that you can work on. And one thing you should understand is there's a file extension associated to FreeCAD. It is called FCSTD, right? FreeCAD standard file. So FCSTD. So what you can do is you can create a new file and start working on it. You can go for the help context menu, and there is a general documentation. They'll show you different options for architecture, for drawing, for image, mesh analysis, sketcher. There are a ton of options. So there's a lot of exploration that you can do. And then there's a manual that it is there, and there is also a developers hub where if you're developing tools for compiling FreeCAD or whatever, you can just go there, and there is a section for power users, for advanced users who want to tweak the performance of FreeCAD, and maybe you want to open more cores in your CPU, or maybe you want to extend more features to it. You can do that, right? And then the activity is logged here, right? So when they say commit, like basically whenever there's a change on GitHub, right, there's something called as GitHub, where it is like an open source repository where people can collaborate by means of sharing code, and your software can be updated directly from GitHub. So I'm not getting into the details of GitHub because it is completely out of the scope of this session. So maybe if you want to more information on GitHub, I would like you to Google GitHub, right? It's a version control management platform. So whenever there's a new version available, you can see the commits. So new version is called, a new tested version is called commit in GitHub, right? So you can see that, and you can see your documents here, right? These are all the options. Like this is the tab, right? The different options, and you can see the file section, edit section, view section. Now that you don't have any document open, the sections and all the features are kind of grayed out, right? And these are the different views that you can see here. So what we do is, now that we installed, in the next video we will see how to start building a basic 3D model on FreeCAD, right? So once we build a basic 3D model, we'll see what to do next from that point. And guys, these kind of software and tools can be learned and can be mastered only through practice. So even if you watch the video, it doesn't really matter if you don't practice. And most 3D modeling software can be used better with a mouse, with a physical mouse connected to your laptop, rather than simply using the laptop keypad. So if you really want to make the most out of it, or maybe make your life easy while designing this 3D software, 3D models, I would suggest you also use a mouse. So it makes a lot of things easier, and it actually saves a lot of time for you. But if you're an advanced user, if you can manage just with the keypad, you're good to go ahead, right? So in the next video we will start building our first 3D model in FreeCAD. Okay guys, so see you in part 3 and the final part of session 8.